allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our Lord, we thank you for this opportunity to gather today to care for the needs of the people of our county. We pray that you would be with those who deliberate the various needs. We pray that the discussion would also be accompanied by your wisdom and your understanding. We pray that this might be a profitable meeting for the needs of all of our folks. We pray these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you, Jim. All right. Steve, have you had a chance to look at the minutes of the meeting from October 31st, 2023?
Yes, I'll make a motion. I'll second.
Okay. Minutes approved. Thank you. All right. Tony, how about you coming up with anything? If not, we can take a couple minutes. We've got Chastity Ray that would like to come up and speak to us for a minute. If you would like to come up, you're certainly welcome. And just introduce yourself. And, yeah.
Okay. All right. Hi, guys.
Hey.
I think most of you know, I'm Chastity Ray. And last year, my mom, Louise Ray, stepped down from doing the lighting of the Christmas tree and passed the torch to me.
You got elected.
Yeah. So the reason I'm here is every year she has a Christmas tree wooden sign, and I should say Kathy Graves. And it goes on the courthouse property that says the date, which is November the 18th. So next Saturday at 5 o'clock. And it also explains that we will have food and festivities. Because we'll have Santa Claus coming in on the fire truck for the kids. And every year mom purchases the gifts and we'll have like goodie bags for them. So the reason I'm here is just to ask your permission to put the sign on the courthouse property. And we're going to go over after here and go ahead and put it up if that is okay with you guys.
Yeah, I'm certainly happy that you do that.
I'll make a motion that we allow you to put the tree over on the courthouse.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, because I went last year and man, talk about a deal for the kids. I mean, that was a fantastic event for the kids.
Awesome.
Yeah, and adults too.
Oh, absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
the 18th, you said, the 18th?
Did Steve second that?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear him, but I seen his
Saturday.
mouth.
Right.
Saturday the 18th
Thank
at
you.
5 o'clock.
5 p.m., good.
Yeah.
We can do it.
All righty.
All right, thank you very much for doing that. Thank your mother.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. All right,
Chastity?
how we doing over there?
Yep, C-H-A-S.
Rick went to find either Ethan or Bob, because I cannot
One of the old-fashioned virtues.
get it saying. It doesn't recognize my credentials, I can't get on the network, is that the other thing? So, we'll go ahead, we'll go ahead and we can start through this.
Is there, I mean, is there anything you can use as far as my computer? Probably not.
Not really, because my template's
And
on
the
it,
time.
that's
But they
fine.
have the light tree up, the big tree.
I can just
lighted.
make notes
One of the big
and
trees.
go from that, but,
That'll be lit that night.
I don't
light the
know,
tree?
I guess, Judge, when we put that mouse in, it's not
Lights on it right
recognizing
now.
my credentials, it's not letting me on the network, so I've got to get Ethan or Bob to see what we need to do. Yeah, that'd be great.
So,
Okay. Well, yeah, whatever you'd like to start with, Tony, and
okay.
I'm Jim Langer from the Burn.
I'm sure glad that you
Nice
learned
to meet
shorthand.
you.
Yeah, I used to do this for a
She
living.
just said hi.
Okay,
Good day.
hopefully I don't miss anything. Oh, Judge, would you like to go first so that you can get back to the courtroom?
Thank you all for your time here today. I'll be relatively quick. I have a transfer request with regards to my budget for funds. The whole purpose of it is to purchase video monitoring equipment, security equipment for the court. There's also a couple other monitors that I think is not really necessary for your approval to move, but those are all kind of, I put all that together so you kind of see what the request is for. Essentially, as you all well know, the security of the courthouses has been a priority of mine, and as you all have put a lot of time into thinking about that and ways that those can be improved. One of the ways is just to have my staff understand what the perimeter security is like, so that there's security monitors and TV monitors up so that they can see what's going on around the courthouse. Any day of the week, every once in a while, there'll be suspicious individuals around, and like any, we had the U.S. Marshals come in and do that assessment, as well as the security consultants I've had to talk about how ways to improve and creative ways that we can kind of get at that issue. One of the factors that always comes up is how do you give folks additional time to react to a security incident? And one of those things is just knowing that it's even happening. And so because of the layout of the Superior Courts, especially, we're kind of segmented off in our own little areas. And so knowing that there's an issue beforehand just gives us time to react, to implement some of the kind of the primitive security features that we've already started to implement itself. And so what I did here is just laid out essentially the request. This is just a rough Excel spreadsheet of that request, and kind of runs through how much Innovative Concepts, that's for the installing of the security hardware and monitors themselves, Lakeland Electronics, and working with Bob, trying to figure out what you actually need to get the security feed. It's the device that actually gets the security feed onto the monitors. That's the Lakeland Electronics. And then also Electronic Strategies. Those are the monitors that I had installed in the chambers. And then if you drop down there, the next set of numbers is where I am requesting to transfer that money to and from. And the transfer request there is on the second page.
If I could interject just for a second, Judge.
Sure.
You all don't actually approve the transfer request.
Right, I know.
You're approving the purchase because it's above the amount of $2,500. Council will approve the transfer request next week.
All right.
So they're just approving
Thank you for that clarification. What I actually did in talking to and working with the auditor's office is if you see the first funds transfer request, that's really a from GAL and the Pauper Council and Transcript Funds. There's portions from there. That's because I'm requesting that money out of a different series, and so that's where I need the authorization there. Then if you flip to the second page, this is more of just a explanation of the overall point, where all those other monies are coming from. It's my understanding I don't need the approval for within the same series. It's under $2,500. I just wanted to be kind of transparent about where I'm getting the rest of that money to fund the project. And so I put it on a transfer request form, even though I don't believe I need the permission to do that, but just in clarity, I wanted to provide that to you. And then the remainder of the documents there are just simply the quote from Innovative Concepts and from the other entity where we're purchasing the money from, just so you can kind of see. We kind of price checked and looked around with Bob on those issues to come up with that. So that's our request today. And I'm happy to do actual forms for Tony. I amended some of them.
Probably part of the big thing for us is the coordination factor. Like Tony said, they're gonna have to approve the transfer, which I can't imagine them. But, in coordinating with Mike and also coordinating with, I don't know if the sheriff has any thoughts on that. He's kind of running point for us on security for our buildings, so.
Sure.
I don't know if you have anything to speak to that at all.
No, I've spoken with Judge already about this, and it's all in alignment, and it will integrate into the systems where I will even be able to monitor stuff over at my facility, which I do now already to some degree. This will allow more monitoring even at our facility.
And Mike Brown is good.
Yep, we're working with Mr. Bob on all this.
Okay, very good. Yeah, it sounds great that you're able to do this and give them a little bit of a preemptive warning on suspicious people, so
Sure.
if I walk up, will they lock the doors?
Most likely, that's automatic, but here's an extra copy too for Steve. I just don't want to have it.
I'll make sure. Do you need a motion for the whole 6725 or?
I don't believe I should. I think this is notification today, right, Tony?
Is what?
But that,
This is just they need a motion.
yes, just to, because it's over 2,500, you're just approving.
I'll make that
purchase.
motion. I'll second.
Okay, very good. Moved and seconded to approve the purchase. And then, I don't know, as far as contracts, if we have to, any contracts to sign, we'll have to, I don't know if we'll have to sign, or whether he can go ahead and sign contracts on the purchases once we've approved them.
You can sign it now that you've approved them.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. All right.
And I don't think there's gonna be any problem with the transfer. I don't know of any transfers that have ever been turned down by council, so we should be fine.
Okay.
Okay, thanks for your time.
All right, thank you.
Very could be here.
Okay.
How we doing?
I'm up and running thanks to, well, I don't know, just by standing there, Bob got it to work. Because it was not taking my password or email or anything at first. Maybe it just needed time to recognize a new device. Actually, we kind of stole Clayton's mouse.
Oh,
That's only, so
somehow they can just lay hands on.
I'm gonna have to order another mouse. Anyway, are we ready for me?
We are certainly ready for you.
Yeah. I had emailed you all the monthly clerk report from Shelley Bright.
Mhm.
I would just need the motion and so forth to enter that into the record.
So moved. Second.
Okay, motion carries to enter the clerk's report into the record.
Next, I have the USI Insurance Services claim for $9,000. This is basically the same type thing that Elaine Shapley was getting. Now it's USI. And it's more than a month at a time. It's like 4 or something like that. So,
Okay.
so that's in the amount of $9,000.
Okay, I take a motion to approve that claim.
So moved. Second.
Okay, thank you.
Then I have payroll claims, and the payroll claims are in the amount of $356,014.65, 356,014.65.
Any questions on that?
No. So moved. Second.
Good. Motion carries to approve payroll claims as of 10/27/23.
You all should have received via email the payroll time card approval for the department heads and so forth that we are required to send you and have approved at this meeting. Payroll time card approval.
I have looked over those and I didn't have any questions on those.
Did you send the minutes down to me?
Yes.
Oh, you did. Gotcha.
So moved.
All right,
Okay.
okay, moved and seconded to approve payroll or payroll time card. Okay. For appointed.
Can you hear Steve or is it me?
Not very well.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Okay.
What if I do that?
There you
Hey,
go.
that's better.
I mean, you're just kind of cutting in and out a little bit.
Part of it is my voice. I'm still struggling a little bit from that doggone cough and cold.
I can hear you there pretty good though. Okay, and lastly, I have accounts payable that you should also have received via email. And as you might have noticed, there was a ARPA payment for the generator of $130,000, so that was a pretty good part of it. I think we had, I think Dan had a quality correctional care payment in this claim cycle. That was a pretty good chunk, so that was a reason for that being $454,516.95, $454,516.95. I'm thinking that there were a few ARPA things being paid out here at Oakwoods and so forth that kind of added up that time. So it's
Just
accounts
out of
payable.
curiosity, what's a poly jail building company?
Polygel is our sliding doors on the jail cell. It's the security aspects of the locks and all that. That's what Polygel is.
Gotcha. Okay. And they need maintenance or?
Yes. Yeah,
repair?
and we have to replace some locks and stuff like that and break. Yes.
Okay. All right, I'd accept a motion to approve the claims as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Thank you.
And that is all that I have. I think, anything else that I would have, Clayton will actually now have under county attorney, so.
Okay. And we're not gonna go over the Amazon.
Mike is not here and, Bree is not here. And Steve is not here in person, but just so that we can discuss it later, I think you guys got the email on this, Amazon business proposal. I talked to Mike about it. Our office thinks it's a good idea. And when I talked to Mike, he contacted the person heading the business marketing strategy guy, whatever. There are several departments that order on Amazon now. And some pay by credit card, some, it's just different things all over the map. And this will put all of the Amazon orders per department under a blanket tax exempt for everybody. We will have an Excel spreadsheet that lays out who is allowed and authorized to order from Amazon in that department, have all that on Excel. There will be no credit card payments. No credit cards will be used. They will invoice each department. That invoice will then go through the claim cycle to come to us to pay, which Mike liked because that is less risk of getting your credit card numbers taken or stolen or hacked or whatever. So we're working all of that out. Mike is also working on that with us. And people that are authorized to order, what Mike wanted to know is if there can be a, what's it called, authentication, the two-factor authentication. So that's an extra layer of protection. So that can be done. So when Bree and Mike are back maybe next week or at such time that we can discuss it a little more thoroughly with everybody here, that gives you some food for thought as to what we're going to be bringing up. And I kind of like Mike here, if possible, so that he can explain what he's talking about as far as cybersecurity on that.
Well, one of the things that we did not too very long ago was give a directive to order from For You office. So will that change that directive?
Not necessarily, no, because the way that was approved, it doesn't mean that For You office is exclusive. It just means you would prefer that they order office supplies from there when possible.
But will that change it to where we kind of encourage departments?
Not necessarily,
to order
because
from Amazon?
most of the Amazon orders are not necessarily office supplies.
Gotcha. Okay.
I know, Brad, you guys order some stuff off Amazon.
And off the top of my head, I can't think, but it's stuff that you're not gonna get For You.
Right.
So once we do this, will that generate a report that's similar or be part of the claims report? Or
Mhm.
So we'll
You-
see something monthly?
Yes. Any, for example, if Brad, for his department, wanted his name, Becky's name as authorized to do that, you would no longer pay by credit card. They would send an invoice. Becky would then enter that invoice as a claim like she does with the other claims. That would go through to you guys for approval. no credit cards.
The travel expenses would still be credit cards,
Well,
like parking and
yeah, because that
meals
was,
and,
yeah, that doesn't have anything to do with Amazon, but,
right. So I mean, we're not getting rid of the credit
No,
cards. We're just-
no.
Yeah.
I mean, we're getting rid just with anybody that uses Amazon with it. But everything else they use for like hotel stays or parking or that would still be on the credit cards.
Gotcha.
So I think with Bree and Mike able to be here to help facilitate that discussion, it might be they might be able to answer some questions that, that you might think of in the meantime to ask when we discuss that.
All right.
So,
Well, if it helps us be efficient and more productive, then that sounds like a good.
and I think cybersecurity was another part of that, because unfortunately there are bad actors out there that do get a hold of credit card numbers.
That's right.
So,
All right. Any questions? Nope. All right. We'll look forward to more discussion on that. All right. Brad?
Good morning.
Morning.
The first thing I have this morning is I have one permit today. It is from Indiana, Michigan Power. It is on County Road 350 South between 100 and 200 East. And they're just replacing one pole. And, like we always do, we went out and looked at it and yeah, it's
Putting it in the
just,
same place?
yeah, it's one pole.
so move.
Second.
All right.
I wasn't fast enough to get all that.
See, he was paying attention.
Yep. You mean what I was saying, Tony?
Yeah.
350 South between 100 East and 200 East.
It's a pole,
One pole.
350 south and what?
Between 100 East and 200 East.
Okay.
So while you gentlemen are looking at that, as every year, the governor of Indiana proclaimed November 5th through the 11th Winter Weather Preparedness Week. Because I guess they think winter's coming. So NDOT encourages you to use this as a reminder, to take steps, be prepared, get a winter weather car kit, slow down, adjust to travel conditions, never tailgate or drive beside a snowplow as, drivers' visibility is limited. And just if you have to pass, be careful. Just have your emergency kit, food, water, all the different things you may need. Keep it full of gas and check it over. And just, as a reminder also, throughout winter, freezing rain, snow, ice are challenges, and they can become slick even after we do treat them. We might clear them off and they can freeze back over. So just keep an eye on the weather. And to go along with that, what a perfect time to do shake your mailbox again. We've done this the last couple of years, and we encourage residents to go out and check their mailboxes, shake it, check for loose pieces, parts, and just remember that routine maintenance can help avoid them breaking off or having problems. And to go along with that, we, just as a reminder, if snow or anything coming off our blades hits the mailboxes, we're not responsible for that damage, just as a reminder. So just as be prepared and be ready, winter's coming.
All right.
Not down here, it's not.
That's good. That's good. That's kind of neat.
Can you have to make copies of those?
Yes.
for us?
Yes. I have it. So yeah, basically that's just some knowledge there. So now a couple other items. As every year this time of year, we open up our annual bids, which is like for all the stone, oil and all that. And we're asking your permission to send them out and open them December 5th.
Put that down. Thumbs up.
That, no, that's 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
24,
Okay.
25.
All right. Does that give them enough time?
Yeah,
All right.
that'll be plenty of time.
All right.
I'm not sure if we need a motion on that or not. So,
I don't know, though. We need to.
I don't think so. Okay. So then the last thing I have We received our new pickup, a couple months ago. We're getting it all set up and ready, the radio in it, the lights on and all that. And we held off at that point on a snowplow for it to see where our budget's at. We've got enough money in our budget this year that we would like to purchase a snowplow for the new pickup. And so we went and priced it, the dealer we normally get them from, and it'd be $9,800. So we were asking your permission. Yeah, Steve, I see you shaking your head. Of course, just like everything, a few years ago, you're about 4,000 to 5,000. Now we're at almost 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that one of those flexible?
Yep. It'll be a 9'2" boss, just like what we have now. It's the flexible folding, makes it much easier to do the towns and that we do.
All right. Do we do Monroe also?
No, they do their own.
They do their own. Okay.
Yeah, so we do like,
How about Oakwood? Do we do Oakwood?
yes, I'm sorry, Oakwoods, we do
Lynn
Lynn Grove, Sealand,
Barrington Woods.
Barrington Woods, just them smaller places like that. And we've got there's a few county roads that are dead ends that are really tough to turn around big trucks, so they will also do them.
Sunnybrook.
Yes, we split. We have one north and one south. They take care of everything there. And then we actually have, having this pickup, and we have another one. If we get a heavier snow, we'll go out and clean up intersections, push them back, make sure they're wide. So.
Yeah. Very good. Well, what's your thoughts?
Need it.
It's not gonna get any cheaper, I feel.
Make a motion, we spend the money and buy a snowplow for the front of the new pickup truck.
All right, we've got a motion and a second to approve the purchase of another snowplow for the pickup.
Thank you. And then just informational, I already kind of told you, 400 West, the area that's being paved for the community crossing should be done this week. And then they will move to Lynn Grove and start there.
So will we have a total on that? I know we were gonna have some overage.
Yeah, when they're done, we'll have the total and see.
Kind of see how we came
Correct.
out. So-
Yeah, and then also kind of a little before Oakwoods, they're still working on Oakwoods. They're
Did they get back in there?
they're digging back in there, digging it down, getting a good base, and then putting stone back in and compacting it. And if I remember correctly, the date they were hoping to pave the first week in December, but that's all, depends on how far they get with this.
Well, hopefully it still gets paved this fall.
It's supposed to,
I
yes.
drove through there a couple weeks ago and it was like a World War II movie.
And I will say this, go back through, they have improved it tremendously.
Good,
Yesterday when I was out there, they got 2 more streets that they were digging on.
because all the plumbing under the streets is done.
Correct.
So now it's just building back
Yep,
and getting things drivable.
yes. But it has much improved since just last
I'll have
week.
to drive through there again.
Yeah, just go check it out. It looks a lot better.
Good. So,
Brad, were you bringing up something about bid packets or anything today for stone and winter?
Oh, I'm sorry, that was the annual bid.
Is that what you were just discussing?
Yes, the annual bid, and we hope to open them December 5th, or we want to open them December 5th.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because I think
Yep.
Chelsea needs to do something up
Yep.
there.
Yeah, so once they okayed it, then we can move forward with sending them out.
It's kind of dealing with a couple other things like that.
No, you're fine, and computer issues. And that's all I got.
all right. Well, very much appreciated. When it's 60 degrees and sunny, it's hard to imagine having to deal with snow and frozen roads.
Yeah, it is. Very much so is.
All right. Rick, did you have anything for us?
The concrete is all done for the ad for the generator. The last I know, the generator should be here in January sometime.
Well, I walked over and looked at it. They did a nice job on it. They've got that whole corner poured.
Yeah. It's very,
Yeah.
I'm real pleased with what they've done.
Yeah. So, I mean, once the generator comes, it should be ready to set. Because for the longest time, they were talking November. and
Yeah,
now it's,
they did. And then the same guys that poured the concrete will put the fence up, but they won't put the fence up till the generator's set. And that went well. Didn't make it the last, that meeting I went to.
oh, yeah.
That was good.
Good.
Service Electric is here, wiring up the new UPS that was purchased, so they're getting that wired up. They're here now doing it. Hopefully it'll be done by the end of the week.
And Gene's overseeing that.
Yes, he is. He was in today. Speaking of him, I don't know if he spoke to you. I don't know what it was about. He wanted to know. So we'll just go down and talk to you.
Yeah, he did come down for a little bit.
I wanted to maybe get permission to go forward with this when I get time. I'd like to, where our directories are here in the complex, there's 4 of them. Okay? Main floor, where the assessors, and there's one at that end of the hall, and one at the other end of the hall. Then there's one coming into the gymnasium, and then there's one coming in through door 4 here in the hallway. I would like to get some prices on 4 monitors, and then getting a price on getting some outlets wired for them, and make that our directory and a map of where everything is in this building. Right now, if you look at it, it's just pieces of tape on it that probably various departments put on it because they're no longer there, so forth. I don't necessarily think it needs to be plugged into a network. I think it could just be a flash drive in them. It could be changed easily, or whatever we wanted on it. But I don't know what you guys.
Rick and I had talked about this in the past. It would be a lot easier when people move offices around, for him to be able to sit at his computer or something with this digital thing, just be able to change on there instead of going around and putting pieces of paper up and things of that nature. I don't know what something like that would cost or what you're looking at, but people do come in and look at that thing a lot as to where things are and where they're not. So if it's feasible,
Yeah.
I would think it'd be a good idea. Ed, I don't know what you would think on that, but people come in, look where the treasurer's office is, and
Every time I'm out in the hallway and people are looking around, I always make it a habit of going up to them and can I help you find an office?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're 3 floors and split levels and that happens a lot.
Yeah.
So the cost would be 4 monitors and then getting power ran to them. And hopefully there's close where we can jump into electric box there or something and just run conduit or whatever it is, raceway down to it. I don't have any quotes on any of this yet. I just want to bring it up and see your thoughts.
Well, the biggest thing that I see is coordinating with the IT department, because I know, it's going to involve them.
Yeah.
So, till we do that, especially if it's something that you want to be able to change those signs remotely. So.
And it may be a thing, if we do the flash drives, I just got to remove the flash drive, put it in my computer and change what needs to be changed. Don't even mess with the network.
right.
Not even attach to our network.
So you're just seeking for the okay to just look
Okay,
into
just
it.
to venture into it, that's what I'm seeking.
It just sounds so easy when he says it that way.
Do you have a lot of entrance to the gymnasium through there, though? Do you have a lot of entrance through there?
We do, just because of parking, so they'll come through there and then go up the steps. And there is a directory there now. And I think they do the same thing as Ed was saying. I think who's ever working down there, they may ask for something else.
Yeah, I'd say it makes sense to look into it, see what our options are there and what a cost would be to have a complete system like that, so. Okay.
Yolanda's, came in Friday. She doesn't go back to the doctor. She had some restrictions, which isn't going to work. So she will be back. Goes back to the doctor, I believe it's December 7th. I'm just letting you know what's going on there.
So is she able to come back in any capacity?
Well, it was basically not using the right hand at all.
Oh,
There was like no more than 10-pound loose on the things of that nature.
yeah.
Hopefully, she'll be back.
Well, I appreciate, you and Phil picking up the slack while she's been gone.
And I want to commend Phil. I mean, the things that he's doing. And it is a lot. I'm not going to deny that without her. With that being said, Phil is off Thursday, so it'll be just the Lone Ranger me. I'll do the best I can. So, other than that, right now, it's all I have. I think that's taken care of with the raise, so.
Good, yeah, I appreciate it, because since this is the first year that she's handled that, she wasn't sure how to go about it.
Kind of worked out pretty good because the city's over there putting lights on the big tree.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
biggie.
Anyway, we found a location. I think it's.
Steve, do you have any questions for Rick while he's here?
I don't, I'm good. Thanks, Rick.
Yep, thank you.
All right,
Winter is here or getting close, Steve.
Something under her.
Okay.
She wanted me to bring out.
all right, very good, thank you, Rick.
Hey Stan, I'm the director. Did you vote on that? You agreed to do that? Make it 3-0 vote on the director?
Yeah, and that's for him to, so there was no direct action other than just to,
Just general okay.
Yeah, there wasn't a vote,
Okay.
it's just he can seek
yeah.
and then bring
So-
it
I
back.
thought you did. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's not official unless Jim votes for it.
Right, right.
We can put like pictures of the reporters up there. And,
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, they're probably on camera right now.
Yeah.
Ed, do you have anything for us today?
I do. Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
Morning.
The monthly report was turned in and you should all have a copy of that.
Yeah, I gave-
Go over that, put it in the record.
Handed that out to him. I did not run one down to Steve Bailey though. So,
I can get on the plane today.
I mean, I could do that.
Everything's there, everything balances, everything's in good shape, and, if you have any questions.
What is the deadline for fall taxes?
I have that coming up, but it'll be, Friday, Friday we're closed, it'll be Monday, so
13th.
6 days from now, November 13th.
13th, okay. All right, anyway, sorry, back to your report, so I'd accept a motion to enter his, monthly report into record.
So move.
Second.
All right, motion carries, thank you.
Okay, I wanted to let you know about the interest and that we've earned. We are at 347% increase over last year. So almost 3.5 times over what we were at this point last year, and I'm real happy with that.
And that's strictly interest earned.
Interest earned. So that's good. And I'll have our annual financial thing will be in January, and I'll have complete details for all that stuff for you. The tax sale, I wanted to give you an update on that. We had that last week ago today. There were 16 parcels. We sold 11 of them. 5 did not sell. The one on Pickway Road was of interest to us because we need to do some road work there, and everything's real good shape there for you. We collected $22,832 of back taxes that were owed on these properties. So it went real well. With the 5 that are not sold, the one on Pickway Road, we're gonna hold on to. 2 of them are fair land that's not worth much. And to be honest with you, we haven't got it bid. The other 2 are houses that we could have a certificate sale in January. It would be my intention and my thought that we should not do that and just wait another year, put them in the tax sale next year. We'll still get the same amount of taxes for them. I hate to just wipe off those taxes the first go around. I'd rather wait another year and just not have a certificate sale in this January.
Okay,
That's your decision though.
so those properties that you'd like to wait on, are they occupied, unoccupied?
No.
Are they nuisance properties that present an
No
issue?
houses, couple of houses, one of them is not much of a house, the other's in Bern, and it's a pretty decent place, but it's vacant, has been vacant for some time. I'd like to get those back
But
taxed.
yeah, we got no bids on it.
No. One guy came in after the fact and wanted to bid on it, but we don't do that. They have to do it at the auction. He wanted to just say, well, I'll pay whatever it takes. I said, no, we don't do that.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, well, what do you gentlemen think as far as, if we have a tax certificate sale, then there's no low bid, it's just whatever it sells for, and we don't
and we
necessarily.
wipe off the back taxes by doing that, and I just don't want to do that in this case.
Okay.
I think we would be better justified to our taxpayers overall if we wait a year.
Okay, thoughts on that, Steve?
My concern, I guess, is that we let those properties abandoned for another year versus moving to a new owner that might do something with them. What are your thoughts on that?
They're not abandoned, they're still owned by the previous owner that they might still mow the yard and stuff, they're just not, nobody's living there on the two houses.
I guess that's what influences my thought is if the yard's not being mowed and if they are not being attended to, I would prefer we move them on to a new owner that might attend to them.
We could do that. Like I say, that's your gentleman's call on that, but it would be, we'd only have 4 properties there. 2 of them little bitty bits of bare land, and then the 2 houses.
Are either one of those houses occupied right now?
No.
But they both could be.
The one is questionable whether you move in or whether you push it over and build something else.
What is the amount of taxes owed on those properties?
Okay. The one is bare ground, and it's actually just a little parcel between 2 lots, abandoned alleyway, and they owe $379 on that one. There's one in Bern that's a little bit over an acre back by the railroad tracks down south. There's $486 on that. One in wooded area that's between Farmer F&M Bank in Decatur and the housing addition in behind there, or the apartments behind there. It's wooded area. There's $1,544 there. We had no interest in that. And there should be one more, excuse me. Oh, and then the one house that is questionable if anybody would do anything with it, $1,418. I'd just kind of like to get some of those taxes if you could. But if you want to do a certificate sale, they'll be more than happy to come and do those 4 parcels. Your call.
Do I understand we would not get the taxes paid if we did a certificate sale?
Correct. At that point, we waive all the back taxes. They just pay basically the auction fees, and we go forward with a new owner that will pay taxes.
If we wait a year, we won't get tax money for another year.
Correct. 6 and 1/2 dozen the other, kinda, in this case. If we had more, or if we had more desirable properties, I'd say go ahead and do the certificate sale. But in this one, it's kind of questionable. But I could do it either way.
Well, there's a possibility that they wouldn't sell even if we waited a year.
They haven't sold the last 2 tax sales, so, yeah.
Yeah, I would maybe be inclined to offer them at a certificate
We
sale.
can do that.
Since they've been offered previously, and if we add another 3rd year to where those properties are vacant or unoccupied, I'm not sure.
I'm inclined to go with.
Okay, make a vote, make it official, and I'll do that.
What is our cost on a
I
certificate?
don't know. No, I'm sorry, I don't have that.
I
I
mean,
can
it's
find
not-
out, but I don't have.
It's not outrageous.
No.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that we go ahead and have a certificate sale in January.
Second that.
Okay.
Okay. I'll get that rolling.
Well, thanks for bringing us the option. I know that's
I think there's property sale out there at,
some of them.
Okay. Taxes there, we're getting quite busy. Since last week, I reported we brought in $2.65 million. We have $9.3 million yet to collect in 4 days, so you can imagine we're gonna be kind of busy. Again, we're closed Friday, which would be our normal due date of November 10th. We're closed that day for Veterans Day. So the new due date this year is Monday, November 13th, and that's just for this year only. I gave a press release to all three of our representatives here today, and everybody's been pretty good about it. We've had a lot of phone calls on it. A lot of people think because today's election day that we're closed, so we're not quite as busy today as we were yesterday. And then the final thing I have is on our insurance, our workman's comp insurance. Every year, our workman's comp holder requires that we get a $250,000 line of credit from our bank. Tony and I have been contacting Doug Nelson from Bixler Insurance, and he's getting all the paperwork put together. That this is a requirement that we have to do every year. We have to go through the process of getting this $250,000 line of credit. I just need an okay from you guys to go forward with it. There'll be some signatures. I believe Tony and I can sign them. You guys might have to sign them out.
I think Stan
Stan signed it.
and you have to sign it. I don't know.
I mean, that's pretty typical when you do that.
That was done in the past.
We've
yeah.
done it every year before I was here.
So do we need a motion for,
Just tell us to move forward with it. It's good.
Yeah,
I'll
you
make
can
that
approve it.
motion to move forward with the $250,000 line of credit.
and does that motion have to include giving me the authority to sign or not necessarily?
Not necessarily, no.
I think Colin is getting that paperwork gathered together. He just doesn't have it yet.
Right.
So this is approved, so really all we need to do is get your signature, Stan's signature, because it's already approved.
Okay, so we don't
I
have
can't
to
remember
even.
if I signed it or not. I know the two of you do.
Okay, got it. That's all I have unless you gentlemen have any questions.
Thanks, Ed.
If
I
you
don't
don't
think
mind.
I- Steve, do you have anything for Ed?
And do we pay a fee for that line of credit?
No. The bank we work with does us a nice job. That's our proprietary, our bank that we do our, all the other accounts with, so. They do a good job. You might have something to do with that, I'm not sure.
I just want to make sure charge for
No,
that.
they don't charge us a thing for doing that. It's almost kind of silly because we have lots of money in there, but that's something the insurance company,
And I don't
They
know
do
if that's
that with all-
Bixler or Eastern Alliance.
I think it's Eastern Alliance.
I mean-
It's not Bixler, because certainly they would know.
We get it through Bixler, but it's Eastern Alliance
Yeah.
that does the workers.
It's all good.
All right,
Thank
thanks
you,
for your work, Ed.
I'm heading back upstairs.
All right. Oh, that's for the engineer. Oh. All right, Clayton, do you have anything?
First, just to think on my time, if you guys are willing to listen to, AJ Birch related to the Monroe Police Department's ARPA request.
Okay.
So AJ, if you want to come.
Present. Morning, AJ.
Morning, gentlemen. Like I said, my name is AJ Birch. I'm the town marshal for the town of Monroe. I'm coming to you guys today to request $8,000 in ARPA funds to secure county internet to the town hall. I've been in talks with your IT director, Mike Brown, and we came up with a plan of a way to do that. I kind of outlined it in the proposal that I gave you guys today, or that Clayton gave you guys a copy of. We're wanting to kind of hook up with the county highway garage there in town. We'll put a satellite dish up on their tower, put a satellite dish on the town hall, and bounce the internet that way, so that way we have connectivity in the town hall. The reason why I'm wanting to get, there's multiple reasons why I want to get county internet in the town hall. One is so that way I, as a police department, can work in conjunction with the other emergency services here in Adams County. The other police departments in the county are all together on the county server, and then on a CAD program, which is computer-aided dispatching. And the Monroe Police Department is the only one that's not on that system currently. And from a public safety perspective, it would benefit everybody as a whole for all the police agencies to be on that same system so we can work in conjunction with each other. One of the other reasons is that if EMA came and talked to you guys a couple weeks ago about their some of their different grants and stuff that they proposed, and some of that stuff, it shows that the town hall is the backup emergency operations center. If anything would ever happen to the sheriff's department or anything like that, the town hall in Monroe would be the backup center for that. And it would benefit all the county agencies, you guys, the sheriff, everybody, to be able to have that internet at your disposal. As soon as you get there, you don't have to worry about hotspots or trying to work on connectivity through other various sources. So it's just one of those things that I'm asking for the money to try to help. I have money in my budget set aside for computers and other stuff like that. Once I get on the county internet, I'm just trying to get on the internet as a whole, so that way I can start communicating with the other police agencies in the area.
So they've got internet at the town hall. It's just this would bring you as part of Adams' private network, and you could communicate directly with our dispatch and sheriff's department.
Correct. Yeah, we have internet and all that currently. The rest of the town of Monroe has no interest at this point to come online with Adams County. So they're still doing their thing. The only reason why I'm requesting it is to be able to connect with the other police agencies and be on the same system. So that way, if there's something going on a half mile out of town, if there's an emergency, I can assist the county agencies with that right away. And I don't have to wait for a deputy that may be coming 20 minutes away from the far side of the county. It just helps everybody as a whole.
Very good. Well, it certainly makes sense to me. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, like I said, my only concern was the tower, who owned the tower, but I guess that was my only concern.
So we own the tower. Steve, any thoughts on that?
No, I'm in support.
All right, if that's the case, I'd accept a motion to approve the request.
So move.
Second.
All right, I would vote in favor of that also.
Keep in mind, this is the first step. Council
I
will
gotta come back
also,
next week. Yep.
Next week, council. Yep.
just wanted to make sure that you knew that.
Yep, I appreciate it.
All right, thanks, AJ.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Yep. Hey, Virgil didn't need internet.
That's back in the dark ages. When that,
Yeah.
he was back in that.
Yeah.
Horse.
Just name BURDERTS.
My next thing is, so we were provided a proposed resolution. It would be Resolution 33, which would be the county commissioner's appointment of a participant in the Wabash River Heritage Corridor Commission. Generally, you guys appoint a member, and then you appoint an alternate member. I didn't know if you guys had appointments ready for today. It would be filled into this resolution and then passed. I know the current members, Randy Lehman, and then Kelly Morningstar serves as the alternate currently.
And I think, Steve, you said you
I've
had
talked to Randy, he's still interested. I could talk to Kelly, I haven't talked to her yet though, but I'm sure she would be.
So they can either
I mean, you
do it
can,
now or wait.
you can wait. We can table this if you want to talk to
Why don't
Kelly
we table
before.
it till next week and I'll talk to Kelly this week and,
That resolution number might be different by that
That's
time.
because Randy has expressed an interest to continue.
And you can't reappoint, so maybe just check with Kelly, and then if she's also good, then we'll just reappoint both of them.
okay, thank you.
Yep.
Very good.
And finally, we have two ordinances. Did you say it would be 24 and 25?
The first one you do will be 24, and then, 25 will be the next one.
So this would be ordinance 2024, ordinance of the Board of Commissioners of County of Adams, State of Indiana, which rezones property at 8114 South, 300 East, County of Adams. This ordinance will take that real estate at the address previously named and which is currently zoned as A, meaning agriculture, and rezone it to C2, which is rural commercial zone. See what it is.
And that is the one filed by Jacob Schwartz.
That's what I was looking at.
I believe, yes. I believe so.
It'll be on there somewhere.
Okay,
Well, actually, let me look right here. Yes, it was, yes.
Okay.
So we just need a motion for approval and then signatures.
okay. So I'd accept a motion on that rezone. And,
This recommendation from the planning commission.
Both of these passed, it was a due pass from the plan commission. Both of the ones that Clayton's gonna bring up.
And this is,
So we're only
which
making,
edition is this one?
The Jacob Schwartz.
This
didn't
this
memorize it.
addition to his shop.
I think that was the addition to his shop.
Yes, yeah.
Which when he initially built the shop, it was zoned ag and then he, started a fence business that has grown.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
They're on 300.
So he needs another building. So I,
What's that address? Clayton, I didn't get that address.
8114 South, 300 East.
300 East? Okay, that's good enough.
so I guess I'd like to take these all individually and handle them individually. So I would accept a motion one way or the other on this request, so.
I make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Okay. I would vote in favor of that also.
So just have them sign it. Yeah. Signatures are on the back of the first page here.
All right.
Then I'll have to sign it also. And then I will enter all of this, and if you guys want me to send the scan over to you guys, I can do that too. To Brooke or whoever needs it.
Again, that was
24. Yeah. And I think the third one you're going to wait on. There's some more things to do with it.
Correct.
So,
Well, we'll talk about it.
all right, apparently Mark might have no question. So.
Okay, so then you've got,
And then I've got another one, which is an ordinance of the Board of Commissioners, County of Adams, State of Indiana, which rezones the property at 100 West, just south of 500 North. This was an application by Brent Arnold, which was passed, it did pass the Planning Commission. This ordinance would rezone that property from agricultural to single-family residence. So again, just a motion for approval and signatures.
I'll make that motion to approve.
Second.
okay, I'd vote in favor of that also.
Hey Clayton, what's Arnold's first name? I didn't get his first name.
Brent.
Brent.
Brent Arnold. Okay, thank you. I missed that.
Stan, you okay with that first one as well?
Correct, yes. Yep.
Okay.
Just
Okay,
And then that is all from me today. There is some other another potential rezone ordinance that will be presented here shortly, but our office wants to make sure that the legal description is finely tuned. So we're just finishing that up and we'll have that to you, should be next week.
All right, I appreciate that.
Thank you, Steve.
All right, anything else, Mike? Now, by the way, just so we know, Mark had called in at the start of the meeting and he is under the weather, and so he was not able to be here today. So we appreciate Clayton sitting in for us and handling that duty, and so thank you very much.
My pleasure. Ready for Shannon?
Ready for Shannon.
Shannon is also under the weather. And she asked me to get the approval to allow Stan to sign the excess loss disclosure form from Ardellis that you had approved at last week's meeting. This is just authorizing Stan to sign this.
Okay.
I think you'll see it's a signature and a printed name, Stan.
So moved.
You're the authorized person.
Okay.
We'll send it, she'll have everybody else sign it.
Did you second that, Steve?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Then I'll give that back to her and
Well, I appreciate her work on that, Jody's work on that.
well, actually, that was Jody, Shannon, Bree, all three sat in on all of those meetings. I missed one of them, I was at some of them, but that's one of those things that HR and our office has to work on together. So,
Well, that's another example of your departments not only looking out for the best interest of the county as a government, but also the employees and finding an efficient way to
well, and
handle and provide benefits to our
and the
employees.
stop loss, just to say, this is the second week in a row that because of the stop loss that we had no health insurance claims.
Really?
They were credits.
Yeah,
So
very good.
it's doing its job.
Yeah. All right, thank you once again. Anything else for Shannon?
That's all she had that she gave me.
Okay. All right. Anything else from the general public? All right, Steve, anything else from Florida?
I'm good, guys.
Can we get a shot of the beach?
You are coming home, aren't you, eventually?
Be home tonight.
All right, so I think that's when the weather's gonna turn cold, so. All right, anything else, Steve?
Nope. I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
All right, motion carries. Thank you all.